Hey guys, it's Casey's Politics. So today it is July 19th, 2025 at the time of recording this video, and I'm going to make my 2026 Senate prediction as of July 2025. Now, I haven't made a Senate prediction in a few months. I've been waiting for more information to come out, and I still am waiting for a lot more information to come out about candidates running and certain scenarios that can impact these elections. But as of July 2025, I'm going to fill out this map with the information that we have now with these Senate elections. So, firstly, we're going to fill out safe Republican states. That is going to be Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Tommy Tuberville is retiring, so there's going to be a new Republican senator there. Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Mitch McConnell retiring, West Virginia, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Kansas, Iowa, South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, and I would probably put in Alaska there. And we could probably put in Florida and I maybe Ohio. We'll get to that later. So now we're gonna fill out safe Democrat states. That's gonna be Oregon. Republicans don't have much of a bench, obviously. New Mexico, Colorado, Illinois. There's going to be a new Democrat there, as well as a new Democrat here in Minnesota, as both retiring there. We have Delaware, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and that will be the safe Democrat states. So now we're going to fill out these states here. We're going to start off with likely states. Firstly, we can start off with Nebraska. Dan Osborne is running once again. This time he's challenging incumbent Republican Pete Ricketts. Ricketts is a very strong candidate. He's very well known in Nebraska. He's a much stronger candidate than Deb Fisher, as Ricketts was previously the governor. Now he's the senator. So Nebraska could probably be safe, but Dan Osborne, who is running as an independent, is a very strong candidate for Nebraska. He would get closer than any other Democrat would in Nebraska. Osborne called himself independent, but I mean he's really essentially just a Democrat. So now Texas. Um, if Ken Paxton is the nominee, this will probably be likely. Assuming he's the nominee, I'll put it at probably Paxton wins by around 4 or 5. If Paxton's the nominee? Cornyn's the nominee. I think Cornyn wins from somewhere from around 6 to 12 points. And Ohio, John Husted, he's a very strong candidate. Democrats probably won't run Sherrod Brown. Sherrod Brown looks like he's going to run for governor in Ohio in 2026. So Democrats don't have much of a bench. John Husted's a very strong candidate. So now we're going to fill out likely Democrat states. That's going to be New Jersey. I mean, this might as well be safe, but New Jersey has been trending red recently. And we have Virginia. Republicans don't have much of a bench. Youngkin is not going to run. It looks like. Um, Mark Warner, he's probably just going to cruise to re-election, assuming Mark Warner is a Democrat nominee. So now we're going to fill out lean to tilt states. Firstly, we're going to start off with Maine. I think Susan Collins is going to be able to hold on. Democrats don't really look like they have much of good candidates, really. Susan Collins is a very strong candidate. She is the only Republican that can win in Maine at this point. Um, I say at the end of the day, Collins will win by a point. So now we're gonna fill out a lean Democrat state. That's gonna be New Hampshire. Scott Brown will likely be the Republican nominee. Chris Pappas, he's a pretty strong candidate. He tries to brand himself as moderate and whatnot. He's a pretty strong candidate. He's probably gonna win by 4 to 6, in my opinion, maybe 4 to 8 points. So now we're going to look at these three races here. Firstly, we'll start off with Michigan. This one is pretty hard. I'll put it at tilt to lean. We still don't really know who the Democrat nominee is going to be. There's Haley Stevens, there's Joe Tate, there's Abdul El Said, there is Mallory McMorrow. I think Haley Stevens has like a 90% chance to win the Democrat nomination. She's probably the strongest Democrat candidate. She's very pro-Israel though, so that may be a problem around the Muslim areas in Detroit. But she's one of those people that tries to brand herself as moderate, even though she's really not at all. So now all that's left is Georgia and North Carolina. Oh, and I forgot to mention one thing. In Michigan, the Republican nominee will likely be Mike Rogers, who's a very strong candidate. He almost was able to win the 2024 Senate race against Alyssa Slotkin, but ultimately fell short, even though Trump won the state. Slotkin was also aided by right wing third party candidates, and enough Trump voters just didn't vote down ballot enough. So we're going to start off with North Carolina. This one is extremely difficult. We still don't really know who the Democrat nominee is going to be. Roy Cooper, as of this time recording, has not announced if he will run or not. It's looking like he will run, unfortunately. And there's also Wiley Nickel for the Democrats, who's an okay candidate, I guess. His announcement was very hyper partisan, so that's not a good strategy to take at all in North Carolina. But Republicans don't know who they're gonna run in North Carolina. It could be Addison McDowell. It could be Steve Troxler. There's a list, Congressman, Dan Bishop, perhaps. But assuming it's something like Dan Bishop versus Roy Cooper, that's probably, I mean, that's a pure toss up. But gun to my head, I would probably say tilt Democrats. But as of now, assuming Roy Cooper is going to announce his candidacy, Republicans don't have too much of a bench. I'm gonna give this to Roy Cooper, assuming he runs. So now we have Georgia. Um, John Ossoff is gonna face Republican challenger. We still don't know who the Republican candidate is gonna be. It could be either Buddy Carter, John King, and that's pretty much it for high profile candidates. In my opinion, I think John King would be the strongest. He's the Georgia Insurance Commissioner, so I think he would be the strongest candidate. But Ossoff is going to be absolutely unbelievably well funded, and I'm sure the Republican will be too, whoever the Republican nominee is. But these are the 2026 midterms, so unfortunately, it's going to be a more favorable environment for Democrats. So I'll actually give this to Ossoff extremely narrowly as of now. As of July 2025, this can absolutely change, and I expect it to change. So, as of July 2025, this is my 2026 Senate map prediction. So, thank you guys for watching. Comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of these. Thank you guys for watching. This is Casey's Politics.